Well, good morning to you all, good morning. Saturday, 30th of March 2024, and I think it's fair to say that it rained in the night. Yeah, the Faber farm has turned into a lake. Well, not exactly, but I think, well, yes, it's somewhat soggy underfoot this morning. Still, look on the bright side, I don't need to be watering anything, do I? We can look at leeks growing. Of course, there's other things trying to grow as well that we don't want. But yes, that's rather wet. Oh well, what are we going to do today? Well, I've got a driving job to do today, taking someone to the airport. I'll take the camera with me. We might see things that are interesting. We might not, who knows? If I don't take the camera with me, I'll guarantee that I'll see things that are interesting. Yeah, not a day for cutting grass, is it? I think the tractor would sink in. Well, that's one passenger safely deposited at Tour Val de Loire aéroport. Now all I've got to do is try and remember how on earth to get back to Azay le Ferron. I should be okay with that. I've done it a couple of times now. Tours is a big city, and like all big cities, of course, it's got roads that go round it and roads that go through the middle of it and roads that cross rivers, and yeah, big place. For us country bumpkins, it's scary stuff, you know, traffic and things, traffic lights, whatever they are. But I'm going to be using what we might think of as the fast roads to get down a little way, and I find the fast roads boring. You know, you're just driving. Look at that, a car registered in Jersey in the Channel Islands. Wow. So I'm going to pop you down for a while I concentrate. Oh, that was fun. It's that time of day when everyone's leaving the big city, so the traffic was interesting, shall we say. Anyway, I'm following road signs. I'm not using sat-nav or anything clever like that, and it always makes me smile that when you're on a ring road, or when a road that passes through a city, you'll get a sign for two cities that are nowhere near each other, and the arrow points the same way. So I followed the sign that said Châteauroux and Châtellerault, And yeah, you follow that sign until you come to a sort of T-junction-y sort of thing that gives you Châteauroux to the left and Châtellerault to the right. So I turned left. But now I'm looking for a sign that is going to say Loche. There we are. There's a sign that says Loche, so I'm turning right here. The speed limit tells me that I can do 110 kilometres an hour. Okay, I might do. And the sign tells me it's 32 kilometres to Loche. So that's, yeah, half an hour's drive. Now, we're coming into the town of Troyes, or Troyes. I don't really know how to say it, but what I do know is every time you drive through here, especially if you've got a passenger who's never been here before, you say, "Oh, isn't that pretty?" So I thought I'd just let the camera run while we come through this 50 kilometre an hour limit. Of course, I've got the advantage of you lot because I can swivel my head and see both sides of the road and say, "Oh, isn't that pretty?" And you lot are stuck looking out of my camera. One of the things that you have to turn a blind eye to here is some of the driving standards. I don't know if you caught that, but the car with the A on the back, which means that it's a newly qualified driver, overtook the car in front of me, who is doing the speed limit, by the way, and crossed the solid white line, which on its own is an offence. And you just sort of, oh, let them get on with it, just don't run into them, that's all. But one of the nice features here is all the roundabouts are all beautifully kept. One of these days I must go in that place. It's a sort of recycling, second-hand, antique sort of place. One day I might go in there. Both sides of the road there, that's a crop called colza. Some of you will think of it as oilseed rape. We're coming into Loche. As I say, if you look on the map, if you're an English speaking person, you're looking for Loches, L-O-C-H-E-S, but it's Loche. And we're pretty much coming into, I was going to say the backside of Loche, but that almost sounds unpleasant, doesn't it? But this side, this isn't really the touristy sort of bit. This is just the run into the town. Right, let's not cause a accident, that would be bad. exciting. This is a diversion because of the roadworks. Diversions are always much more interesting. We're running along the side of the railway line, and there is a possibility, a distant one, but a possibility we might even see a train. Trains do come here in Loche, but they're little ones, you know, sort of 3 carriages long or something. Very infrequent. Where this road has brought us to, this is the car park for Loche railway station, and I'm fairly familiar with it because, dare I say it, parking is free. You know, I drive 100 miles to find free parking. That's the railway station. Yeah, the river is well up. I'm going to turn you off for a minute because I've got a complicated manoeuvre to do. Well, yes, that bit of road that I turned you off for, that is interesting. It's got all sorts of traffic calming measures, parked cars, people on electric scooters, and yes, not a place for thinking about anything except not running somebody over. So we're now out of Loche and yeah, well on our way home. As we get away from the big city, the roads get narrower and much less busy, and frankly much more of a pleasure to drive on. So we come into the town of Saint-Flovier. Yeah, pretty sort of place. Every town here is pretty, but they're not big enough to make them a full day out. You know, I thoroughly recommend that people come and visit these places because they are pretty, but they're also pretty small. Now we're coming into, where are we coming into? I don't know, I only live here. Auxerre. And there for the first time is a sign that says Azay le Ferron. That's good, isn't it? Now, to give you an idea of how much it rained, yeah, that's got nothing behind me. Okay then. Yes, it rained. And before you know it, we're coming back into Azay le Ferron. That, it might look like a water tower, but it isn't. That's actually the Azay le Ferron moon lander. We're saving up at the moment for the match heads, that we're scraping all the match heads off to make the explosives for the rocket motor, but that should get us to the moon and back. Now, most of you who make videos, at some point in your video you say, please click like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff, and you claim that it helps your, what do you call them, your algorithms. I don't know what it's got to do with former US vice presidents or whatever he was, but yeah, apparently Al Gore is really pleased if videos get clicked and liked and things like that. And every so often I do look to see about channel progress. Now, we are 1,100 and I don't know. We're not far off the 1.5 million views. Wouldn't that be nice to trip the 1.5 million views? Anyway, who cares? I'm not monetised.